Resist now. Resist now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you here rocking with me. And for that, I appreciate you. Let me test the audio real quick. Okay, audio is good. Today, we starting the first of our Gen Z series, where we're going to, give the Gen Z brothers the real game, not no convoluted talk about getting vasectomies at age 20, goofy stuff like that. We got to give the young brethren, the young brothers, the young bucks, the game, and in an applicable way. And that's simply all I'm doing, okay? So Gen Z from 0 to 10,000 in 6 months, but you might be a millennial. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. If you Gen Z, let it be known how old you are and where you're from in the chat. I'll shout you out right now before I even begin the show, okay? Where the black women at talk? Oh, hey, Grandmaster Troll, bro. I'm trying to send you your Sheba, bro. I've been told, email me, brother. See, brother, I'm not gonna listen, brother. Email me so I can send you, because me and Grandmaster Troll, we had a little shindig and he beat me. So Grandmaster Troll, email me, bro, so I can send you your Sheba Inu. Because you're not gonna make no video talking about me that I didn't pay you. When the last 2 live streams, I've been said, brother, email me Let me get your Shiba Inu address, and I'll send you what I owe you, brother. Facts. That's how we do it over here. You know what I mean? But yeah, Gen Z, if you're Gen Z, let it be known in the chat. Type in your age and where you're from. And if you're millennial or older, hey, this is good too, because we need people that have some funds. So let me hit y'all with the disclaimer real quick. The information presented in this PowerPoint presentation targeting individuals from the Gen Z demographic is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice or relied upon for making financial decisions. The content provided does not constitute a professional financial opinion or recommendation. It is crucial to consult with a qualified financial advisor or conduct independent research before making any financial decisions. Oh, but yeah, solotv84@gmail.com, Grandmaster Troll. solotv84@gmail.com. You feel me? Email me. And when the Ethereum fees are low, I got you. Because, right now they high right now. You feel me? Shout out to Mike Clemens in the building. I know he's not Gen Z, but shout out to him. Gen Z really quiet in the back. Okay, cool. Let's get straight into it. So now that we got the disclaimer out the way, let's get straight into it. Why 0 to 10,000 in 6 months? Great question. So 42% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings. Let me say that again. 42% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings. Generation Z, 61% of Generation Z have $1,000 or less in their savings. 61% of Generation Z have $1,000 or less in their savings. 31% of Gen Z have $100 or less in their savings. So all this high value talk, and if we're talking about Generation Z, one out of three of y'all ain't even got a 10,000 or a stack in your savings. You better listen, as Gen Z would say, I hope you bagging Becky or Tasha off your mouthpiece, because you ain't gonna do it with the lifestyle. And if you're part of the 61%, how y'all affording them vacations to Miami and LA? Oh, the sugar daddy. Okay, he paid for that. Okay, all right, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that slide. But I'm assuming we have 90% of men. How are y'all paying for you? Okay, all right. The men don't want to hear it, but I want to know, how are men paying? How are Gen Z men paying for these trips? Now, if you look at this, right, the silent generation, this is like your grandparents' age, baby boomers, maybe your grandparents' age, but most likely your parents, right? Generation X is some of you guys. You were born between 1965 to 1980. Millennial generation, this is where I'm from. Born 81 to 96. I wasn't born in 81. Definitely wasn't born in 96. Gen Z is considered anybody born 1997 to 2012. And then Generation Alpha. Oh, we got some alphas in the building. They're 13 years old. They're probably not watching this, but they're early 2010s, like 2012, 2013, to they're still being born. Okay. So that's a breakdown of the generation. So get in where you fit in, right? All right. The drop on Gen Z. Gen Z refers to the demographic shortly cohort born roughly between the mid-90s and the early 2010s. As a diverse generation, their financial situation and outlook can vary significantly depending on factors such as age, location, education, and employment status. Generation Z's income. Now, the average monthly income of Gen Z individuals can vary. We know that. Wildly, as many are still in school or early stages of their career. Some Gen Z members have part-time jobs, internships, or freelance work, while others may rely on allowances, sugar daddy, or financial support from their parents or guardians. Additionally, older members of Gen Z who are further along in their careers may have higher incomes. All right. And shout out to the African Wolf with the $5 super chat. Really appreciate you, brother. You know, this is not the type of live stream that's for everybody. This is where we talk about the financial situation, and of course, you know, holding each other accountable, because financial health does matter. We can talk about physical health and, you know, how alpha and high value you are, but none of that means anything if you don't even have good financial health. Okay. And this is why we don't have a lot of people in this stream, because they don't want to hear it. These are for trendsetters, for individuals who take their future seriously, and also for motivated and ambitious folk. Okay. So salute and shout out to y'all. Now, the median income varies from state to state. You know, for Gen Z in California, it's going to be anywhere from 34,000 to 38,000. And then if we look at a state, is this Montana? No, that's not Montana. This state right here, I forgot the state. Somebody let me know the state. I forgot. Listen, I know this is Colorado. This is Montana. What's this state right here? Somebody got to know the state. Anyway, that state, it's anywhere from 22,000 to 26,000. This is Nevada, same thing. New Mexico or Arizona. Damn, I'm getting my states all mixed up. Same thing, okay? Mike Clemens says, I'm here. What's your thoughts on NFTs? Oh, brother, you're going to get me sidetracked. But non-fungible tokens were great during the 2021 bull run, right? Right now, they're low. What I would say is not financial advice, but this is what I've been doing with NFTs. I would buy them when they're low and sell them when they're high. That's what I would do. Okay? So Gen Z is not making a lot of money on average. As you can see, the median income ranges anywhere from 22 to 42,000 at the high end. There ain't a lot of high value or high earning money in Gen Z yet, right? I know TikTok and Instagram got everybody thinking that Gen Z is really making a lot of buku dollars. That's for a select few individual, okay? So let's look at the salary statistics. So Gen Z says they need more money than other generations to feel financially secure, according to Fortune.com. The median income for Gen Z is $33,800, okay? 33.8, and that's not million, that's $33,800. 65% of Gen Zers feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. Well, that would make sense since, you know, over 61% of them have $1,000 or less in their savings. Gen Zers are switching job at a high rate, 134% higher than before in 2019, according to LinkedIn. And millennials changed jobs 24% more, and boomers switched 4% less. Okay? So it's not 24% more than Gen Zers. What they're talking about is from 2019. Let's keep that in mind when we look at this statistic, okay? So Gen Zs, they don't like to be at the job a lot. Okay, I understand. Let's keep going. Gen Z's financial outlook. We got to get into the mind of a Gen Zer. Gen Z is generally categorized by a strong sense of financial responsibility and a desire for financial independence. Many are keenly aware of the challenges faced by previous generations, such as student loan debt and economic uncertainty. They tend to be more cautious with their finances, prioritizing savings and seeking financial stability. Gen Z individuals are also more likely to be entrepreneurial and open to alternative source of income, such as side hustles or freelancing. Okay, so Gen Z, they're very financially responsible, but they desire freedom. They want to travel. It's called wanderlust, right? Google it. Some good lemonade with some ice. So the reality is, unless you come from a family where they give you a big allowance, a lot of traveling isn't cheap, nor is it free, right? So let's continue. How to go from 0 to 10,000 in 6 months. Now, guys, keep in mind that This is just a way, a guide to look at it, right? I stand by what I'm saying, but I'm just saying it's not financial advice, but it's simply to give you an idea. Now, you could get a part-time job seeking additional employment, working part-time in retail, like a grocery store. Well, that's not retail per se, but like you can work part-time at an office store. Grocery store would be fine as well. Hospitality or customer service, right? Do something part-time. So let's take UPS, for example. The average package handler makes 30 to 58K a year at UPS. So if you work at UPS for 6 months at 25 hours per week, that's $7,200 at $15 per hour, right? If you work $20, make $20 per hour, you would make $9,600 in 6 months. Now, I know that falls short of the 10K. I get it. But remember, these are 25 hours per week. UPS is hiring anywhere, depending on your area or situation, anywhere from $15 to $33 per hour. Now, obviously, I'm assuming at the higher range, it's based off of your experience. If you got previous package handling experience, and that's what I'm assuming it's based off of, where with $15 is going to be regarding for somebody that never had a job before. Now, typically UPS, when they hire, they don't hire full-time, they hire part-time. And by the way, I'm not here advising people to work for UPS or somebody paid me from UPS. I'm simply breaking this down, okay? And I've never worked for UPS, by the way, FYI. I'm just putting that out there. So typically with UPS, they work an average of 4 hours a week. Well, not a week, a day, for part-timers that they tend to hire on. And then you can actually get overtime. You know what I'm saying? So I know that doesn't sound sexy, but if you're looking to make some money, that's one way to do it. Now let's change it around. What if you work 32 hours a week? Okay. So in 6 months, then you would have $9,216. That's at $15 per hour. At $20 per hour, you would have $12,288 in 6 months. Now, if you're in a situation right now and you're Gen Z and you're not paying any rent, then this is fine. Because then this will allow you then to be able to go out there, get that little part-time job. So you work 25 to 32 hours per week, but then you still have technically 3 days, 72 hours to yourself, or even 4 days to do whatever you want, have a social life. But keep in mind, if you're working part-time and you don't have a realistic plan on saving that money, then that money is going to be gone. So you got to be very mindful of that to make sure that you have a plan to save as much money as possible. Let's keep going. Uber or Lyft driver. Yes, let's talk about this. Uber or Lyft drivers, on average, they make $18 to $25 per hour. If you drive Uber or Lyft, you can earn $10,000 in approximately 4 months with the stats that I'm giving you, right? Uber and Lyft is a great way to supplement your income if you already have another full-time or part-time job. So Uber or Lyft driver is probably like, in my opinion, if you are Gen Z and you don't want to be micromanaged, this is the best way to make some money, right? And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm too good to be an Uber or Lyft driver. I knew people that were making 6 figures, $500,000 a year, and they're still driving Uber, like facts. Not everybody, obviously, but I'm saying people that I knew, okay? I know another guy who drove Uber. He was making $100K a year. Why? Because it's great supplemental income, and it's very easy. You don't have to do it every day. And by the way, Uber or Lyft did not hire me or sponsor me to do this. No, I'm not being sponsored by anybody. Let me just be clear. I'm just telling you guys this. I know young men as young as 22 to men as old as 42 that are driving Uber or Lyft. Heck, there's a dating coach on YouTube that drives Uber. And sometimes he makes his videos live while he's driving Uber, okay? So the point I'm trying to say is there's no shame in driving Uber, okay? No shame. Drive Uber or Lyft. You can earn this money Boom. You don't even have to drive 8 hours a day. But one thing people notice that drive Uber or Lyft is if you like to drive, then your time will go by super duper fast. And it's easy money. Online surveys. Ooh, now we're getting into, see, this is something you're not going to get from no Red Pillar, YouTuber, not even Rolo Tomasi, nobody, okay? This is Trendsetter stuff right here. This is like secret information. Online surveys, you can make some guap. Now, let's be honest. Online surveys are low paying, right? But they super duper easy to do. You can earn 30 cents for just them asking you, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Type in chocolate. You just earn it 30 cents. That's facts. $5 for a survey. You know, boom. The average person makes $1,000, $1,046 to be exact, weekly doing surveys online. So could you imagine watching Solo TV 84? And then while you're watching me, you're getting paid by doing surveys. So I provide the entertainment while you out here making money doing surveys. And you ain't got to leave your crib. You don't need a car. If you don't have a car, you ain't got no money. You can get started right now. Why? Because you got a computer or you got an iPhone or Samsung that you're listening to. So it's very, very simple, right? So if you are like to fill out these souvenirs, these questionnaires, you can do online surveys and you can earn money that way. Freelancing. Leverage your skills and offer freelance services online, such as writing, graphic design, programming, or more. Now, this is more, freelancing is more towards people that already have a degree. If you don't have a degree, it may be difficult. You might have to freelance like cutting lawns or something. You know what I mean? Paintings. If you're good at painting, if you work for Sherwin-Williams, you might want to do that. And I'm not making fun of anybody doing that. I'm just being honest. This is applicable advice, okay? Shout out to Lex Xavier, says respect for the realness and practicality. Hey, brother, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? We all got to start someplace, somewhere. You know, nobody starts at the top, even your favorite YouTubers. If they were open about their humble beginnings, a lot of you would be shocked. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you know the stories of people struggling. Your favorite YouTubers like Mr. Beast and Jack Tran. Well, Jack Tran hustled himself to an $80,000 job, but you know. Let's continue. Okay, freelancing. Online hustling. Some of you have probably already done that already, okay? You know, sell unused or unwanted items or goods on online marketplaces like eBay, Craigslist, or Facebook. I've used Craigslist plenty of time. I've sold cars off of Craigslist. Now, I ain't going to say they was beaters, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a 1992 beater. Sold it for like 500. Craigslist, great website. Facebook, a lot of you like Facebook. The Facebook marketplace, you can sell things as well. eBay used to be very popular years ago. Online tutoring. Shout out this one passport bro who's a legend named Philco. He did online tutoring in Russia, or excuse me, he did English tutoring in Russia, okay? Online tutoring, offer tutoring services in subjects you excel at through platforms like tutor.com or Check Tutors. So you can do online tutoring now. You don't even have to do it in person, but you can, where you can earn money by tutoring online, whatever it is that you're good at. Heck, if you're good at maybe even gaming, you might be able to tutor some people in Fortnite. Who knows? E-commerce, okay? I know a couple Gen Z millionaires that made their money through e-commerce. They started their own business on Shopify or Amazon, and they're making crazy money, drop shipping, all of that, okay? Making, one brother I know making like 100, not a year, a freaking month. You know what I mean? You might even make more than that now. So look into e-commerce. There are a lot of YouTube channels on how to get started on Shopify or ETSY, or I don't know. I don't use it. Is it Etsy? Right? Also, Alibaba is another one. Drop shipping, man, is a real hustle, man. You know, I had a homie, he did drop shipping. He was selling like chargers, was making crazy money doing it. Now, this is probably the most important part that Gen Zers got to know. Because all this money, extra money you make, don't mean anything if you don't understand how to budget your money, right? So track your income and expenses. Start by understanding your income sources and tracking your expenses. Keep a record of all your income and categorize your expenses to get a clear picture of where your money is going. This will help you identify areas where you can make adjustments and save. So let me give you an example. I noticed, like, there was a time in my life, this was maybe, I don't know, a few years ago, where I was wondering, what was going on to my money? And then so I started budgeting my money. And then I realized instantly I was spending $600 a month going out like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about going out to eat, eating out, or going to like a lounge or something like that. 600, and so that helped me identify that a lot of my money is going towards some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Set financial goals. Define your short-term and long-term financial goals, whether it's saving for a down payment on a house, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund. Having clear goals will motivate you to stick to your budget and make informed financial decisions. That's very true. Okay. Let's continue. Create a realistic budget based on your income and expenses. Create a budget that allocates your income towards different categories such as housing, transportation, food, utilities, savings, and entertainment. Make sure your budget is realistic and allows for both essential expenses and discretionary spending. Okay? So if you decide to go to one night to the boom boom room, that'll cover that. I'm not saying do it. God, no, I'm not. No. I'm not saying do it. I'm just using that as an example. Okay. Cut back on non-essential expenses. Review your expenses and identify areas where you can reduce or eliminate non-essential spending. This could include eating out less, ding, 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 cutting back on subscription services, or finding more cost-effective alternatives for certain purchases. Redirect the money saved towards your financial goals or building an emergency fund. Ryan James says, tricking your hard-earned paycheck on Pogs. I know some of y'all do it. Don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Nicole ain't cheap. I understand. I understand, brother. Budget your money part 3. Regularly review and adjust your budget. Your budget should be a dynamic tool that adapts to your changing financial circumstances. Regularly review your budget, track your progress, and make adjustments as needed. Life events, income changes, or unexpected expenses may require you to modify your budget accordingly. So something that would do so is if you make more money all of a sudden, then you want to adjust your budget accordingly to that, right? Or if you make less money all of a sudden, then you got to budget your money according to that, right? And so those are some very important tips and tricks that if you are, and not just for Gen Z, but for anybody, if you need to see why is it that, every month I'm struggling to pay bills, or why is it that I make this much money, but by the end of the month, I'm broke. This is one of the key things to figuring that out is budgeting your money, okay? Because like I told y'all, I didn't know I was spending $600 a month going out to eat, going on dates, and all that junk, right? Once I cut that back, boom, now I got more money. So it works. But you got to be disciplined, got to stick to it. That's the key, okay? Got to stick to it. You got to be disciplined. That's the fact. Now, long term, once you reach your goal, let's say now, boom, you got the 10 racks. Now what? Now, long term, now we got to start learning about blockchain and cryptocurrency and how this technology will be used in the future. Because a lot of us are financially illiterate, right? So we got to understand what is going to happen to finances. Why is the government now talking about centralized banking? Why is Fed now coming out in July? These are very important to know. Talk to an accountant regarding about high yield savings account, right? How can you let your money make you more money? See, that's how rich people think. Rich people don't think about how they can have their money make them more money, right? A regular person, average people, we think, how can we make more money and save it? How can we make more money and go on a trip, or make more money and buy something, right? A rich person is thinking, yo, I got this money, but I wanted to make more money for me. Passive income, things like that. That's what a high yield savings account will do, okay? Talk to an accountant about certificate deposits, CDs. Consider investing in a certificate of deposit, which are time-bound deposits that are offer fixed interest rates over a specified period. CDs typically have higher interest rates than regular savings account, but your money's locked in for the duration of the term. Once again, talk to an accountant about that. I mean, I'm not listening. There's other things that you can talk about too. There's bonds and other things, but I'm not going to get too deep into that, right? We want to get from step A to step B. We're not, listen, before we talk about high value, man, you making 100K a year or a month. Let's start at step A, and then we go to step B, C, etc. Okay? No rush. There's no rush, especially if you're Gen Z. Let's say you're 25, 26. Man, I wish I had this information at your age. Real talk. It's not easy. Remember, it's not easy, but if it was, everyone would do it. If you Gen Z right now, you're in an opportune time where you can make some bread. You have your youth, Lord willing, you have your health, and you're young, right? So at this point, you got to grind. Got to grind. Delay gratification. The girls, they'll be there. They ain't going nowhere, fam. They'll be there. Right? And I know you're worried about the girls, like, nah, but I gotta be out there. They will be, I promise you, they will be there. The girls will be there. You feel me? Get your money right. Like, you know how many, once again, 42% of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their savings. Imagine you Gen Z, you 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, you finally got the first 10 racks in your savings. And then, boom, you can relax. Now you should be worried about dating, right? Not like, yo, you're struggling. You got $100 in your checkings account and you want to take some chick out to Starbucks? Ah, boy. We got to talk about our priorities, man. We got to talk about our priorities. Know what I mean? Look, even if it takes you longer than 6 months, you'll learn discipline, the value of saving your money and getting to the bag. This is very important, okay? Even if it takes you 12 months or longer to understand, this isn't just for your financial freedom, but also to develop good saving habits, right? Because a lot of people have this delusion like, yeah, I'm going to make $100,000 a year, but how are you going to get there? How are you even going to get to $100,000 a year? Let's say you're 30 or 40,000. How are you going to get to 100K a year? Do you have a plan? No. Do you have a investment technique or trip? No. So how are you going to get there? So this is what this is all about. It's like, yo, before we get from step A to Z, let's think about B, C, D, E, F, and them for a moment. And no matter what, believe in yourself. That's the most important thing to anything. Now I'm saying making 10 grand in 6 months, it's easily doable. If you work in a job already and you're trying to stash 10 racks in 6 months, it's easily doable. You just got to believe in yourself, have a plan, have a budget, and understand how many hours that you have to work. It's very simple. It's very basic. There's nothing crazy in here telling you, yo, you got to make 50,000 YouTube videos. No, nothing like that. This is just based on reality, applicable information that I'm giving. That's all I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know everybody wants to be a TikToker now. I get it. But TikTok don't really get you paid like that. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, how many TikTokers are making money like that? You know what I mean? Now imagine if you did it this way. No vasectomy at 20 needed, okay? No BS. You do it this way, now you got money stashed up. You can buy a quality camera, buy some equipment where now you can be a TikToker for real. And you can make a plan that'll help you. But it's very important that I need young people to believe in themselves, because I know Gen Z, they're visionaries, they're dreamers, right? These are people that have big imaginations. But you also have to have realistic steps to be able to build that future that you see, that imagination that you have, that you want to be able to utilize to live in this ideal world of yours. Because unfortunately, we live in a society where money makes the world go round, right? And that's not going to change anytime soon unless we go to like a barter system or something, right? But delayed gratification, exactly. Ryan James is saying it in the chat. This is what Gen Z lacks, right? Delayed gratification, train oneself to be frugal while diversifying investments, exactly. You know, all I'm saying is this is just 6 months. I'm not asking for 5 years. I'm not even asking for a year. 6 months, you do that, boom. You can go on that vacation trip to Miami or Vegas. Because what's the point of just going on a trip and you taking a credit card? Now you got to pay it back with interest. Not only will it take you maybe 3 to 6 months to pay it back, but then you're paying maybe even up to 50% more just because of the interest alone. That's not a very smart way to travel. Now, I know some people are saying, well, I got a sugar daddy. Okay, well, I hope you're a woman saying that, because if a man is saying that, I would have to say pause. I'm saying, but anyway, guys, yeah, that's the quick presentation. I'm gonna talk about different things in this Gen Z series. We're gonna talk about not just finances and dating. Of course, dating is very important to you guys. Gen Z loves their women. Yep, Gen Z. You like them. Y'all like them anime style. They like them busty. Why do you think all these girls? See, I was wondering, why is it that Gen Z women, like, they all of a sudden they embrace anime? It's because Gen Z, y'all a bunch of anime weirdos. Y'all love anime so much, y'all turn some of these girls out. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm a millennial. Nobody in millennials, no, you can't find one girl that likes anime. But Gen Z got like a couple of them things. I was like, what? You feel me? Anyway, I know I'm just clowning right now, but yo, Gen Z, oh wow, man. Y'all got girls dressed up as that one girl from Naruto, you know what I'm saying? She talking like that girl too. I'm like, what is going on right now? So anyway, yeah, Gen Z. So I'm gonna do this series. We're gonna talk about finances, dating. We're also gonna talk about tech. I like what Gen Z is so that Gen Z embraces tech. You see how Marcus Brownlee is one of the most popular YouTubers out here. So definitely going to talk a lot about tech. We're going to talk about maybe even gaming, video games and computer games and cell phone games. Yeah, Gen Z. So we're going to start this series. I'm also going to bring up maybe I don't know if I can get some of my people to come on that are successful Gen Zers, because they like to be low key. But if I can get a couple of those guys to come on, I think that would be lit too. I think that would be dope. All right. Well, guys, any questions on anything that I said? You know what I'm saying? Any questions on anything I said? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I thought this one was, one of the more straight to it presentations, but that's how I like it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, if you are on Patreon, the PDF version in itself is posted there, so you can print it as a research guide. RT the brand, man, why are you playing with me like that, bro? Yes, she's a successful Gen Zer by playing off in this new economy, the simp economy. You know, the simp economy has always been around, but I think OnlyFans took the simp economy to another level. When I heard that you had men, particularly young men, paying for pictures and to have conversations with women online, I said, who would be doing that? But the simp economy is really true. There's a lot of men out here, and I'm not trying to make fun of them, that never experienced a woman's affection before and attention. You know, there's a lot of lonely young men out there that they just want to feel some sugar walls, even if it's just for a good 5 minutes. They've, but all I got to say is this, guys. At the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, man. Women are you love to hate them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, they're women, guys. They go through that cycle every 30 days. They get a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's just, you're dealing with women, guys. It's just, you got to know. Irrational creatures, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep it real, bro. Like, I'm not saying, oh, I hate women. No, that's not what I'm saying, Officer Teddy. I'm just saying, feeling like a woman can be hot for you one moment, right? She can call you every day. Like, I'm pretty sure some of you guys have experienced this. She'll FaceTime you. She'll be like, oh, daddy, I miss you. Can't wait to see you, right? And then like 2 days later, that same woman that was blowing you up for a week, like now you hit her up. She's like, what do you want? And you'd be like, damn, like what changed in 2 days? I'm telling you, it's wild. It is wild, man. Like within 48 hours, like the way women can be hot or cold, it can change, But anyway, guys, we'll continue the financial series. We'll talk about dating, tech, all of that good stuff. So I'm excited. I think my next presentation will be a tech one or dating one. Depends how I feel. Because we got to talk about this AI thing. I'm going to be talking about it all year, man. This AI thing is serious, and it scares me. It does. It scares me. But anyway, I got to get going. Peace.
Resist now. Resist now.